Okay, Carl, this is the part you play before your intro buffer thing. Today, don't have any specific project that I needed to do, or a specific project that I could take you along and show you as I did it, and you enjoy it, be any good content. But I thought I'd go ahead and show you what I did work on today, and which is our greenhouse. Stay tuned to the end of the video to learn how you can get in a drawing for a giveaway. So this is what I worked on for, I don't know, a good chunk of today, a couple hours. Did a bunch of house cleanings. Today is Friday. This is our greenhouse where we have our chickens, which we have a chicken video, or winter chicken setup, and there'll be a link in the description for that if you want to go check that out. But I never really talked to you guys about the greenhouse that they're in. This is a pretty new structure. Keeps the chickens plenty warm. We're not quite done with it, but isn't that how all projects go? I guess let me start with the location of it. Over here is a garden with you can see there's a silage tarp in the back, and then there's the tomato fences. Then we have a drive kind of that goes out behind the sheds and the barn. There's our other garden. That's kind of the location. It's farther back here, but it's right by our gardens. And one of the reasons we stuck it right by the gardens is because with the chickens being in here over the winter, when we clean out all of the stuff from the gardens in the fall, we can throw it right in here, and the chickens will just eat that up. Whatever they don't eat, it'll just compost, and they're gonna add their manure to it, and it's gonna be great compost in the spring. Also, in the spring, we're gonna take the chickens, put them on pasture, and this is right near the other gardens, and we're gonna plant stuff in here. So we like it near the other gardens because, I mean, it's basically a whole nother garden we can have in here for plants that like the warm weather. We put it like 6 feet, so behind me is like 6 feet off of this garden, so we can get a mower down there. It's kind of muddy right now. So yeah, that's kind of the location. The size, it's like 32 by 20, so it's 32 feet long and 20 feet wide. Today, what I was working on, the project, is this end wall. So we've been we got the top on, kind of got it all built, and then been slowly working on these end walls. I made these doors. You can see behind me, we haven't got a latch yet, so we just got a wood block, but made these, let's see if you can see that, nice doors. Just need to get a nice latch for those. But today I worked on putting the plastic right here. Put the plastic on, keep the wind from blowing straight through. We haven't had plastic and it's been working just fine, but it's been blowing the top really hard. I still have this other side with the little man door. This is a man door here, and right next to the man door there's no plastic. So I still gotta do plastic there, but I got what I got done. I did the plastic on the top right up there. So got the plastic at the top and the other side. So that's what I worked on today, but I'd show you some of the structure on the inside and how we chose to build it cheaper than a lot of people do. Normally, when they build these sort of greenhouses, like the company we bought the hoops from and a lot of the hardware and stuff, when they build them, they don't make walls like this, like we made. We made walls with posts. What did we do? I don't even remember exactly. I think it's every 16 feet and every 4 feet we put a 2x4. So you can see behind me, well, I'm not sure exactly on those measurements. We put in these walls, built these walls, and then put our hoops, tell right here's a hoop, on top, and we fastened them with these nice little brackets they have. So they've got that block you saw on the inside, but right here is like a bracket. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and it just hooks right over top of that. And it's screwed down tight to a 2x6 block in there that is attached to our wall. So normally on a regular one they'll have 4, I don't know how, it's like 8 foot or something like that, 7 foot bar that's the same as the hoops are, same size as the hoops, and they pound those into the ground, and then these slide on top. They do several of those, and they do it a little bit different, but it works really nice for just a greenhouse. But we want to be able to put chickens in here and an animal and have our walls a little stronger, a little more of a wall instead of just like posts and to hold the plastic and, you know, heat and stuff. So that's how we chose to do it a little differently. It actually was cheaper. We got all this wood for free from the Dvorak's. Are taking down a grain bin, old grain bin, and so we got a bunch of reclaimed lumber from that. And so all this wood was basically free. It was just our labor, and put it all together. Here's the other end is down there. Don't have doors on. That plastic is just hanging. You can see it's not done. We're probably going to finish that in the spring and leave it for the winter. It's plenty sealed up for the winter. So I'm going to take you outside and show you the outside a little bit. Now most greenhouses don't have this, and you wouldn't be able to do this if you were doing a regular style greenhouse with the posts they give you to pound in and then slide the things over. But since we have wood walls and we have like actual walls, we are able to put a reclaimed gutter that was coming off an old barn. And it's not the greatest gutter, but we have it a little bit on a slope, and we'll be able to collect the water off of this one side of the greenhouse and put it into a storage bin. We don't have a bucket or tank yet, but we're working on that. But we'll be able to use that water to water chickens or water plants really nicely and easily, and not have to pay for water. So that's really a nice feature. Another nice feature that we paid, I guess, a little more for, and you could obviously get away without this, is the roll-up sides. So I'm going to see if I can... Those are the roll-up sides. You saw me wind that up. They work really nice, and that's nice for if it gets a little stuffy in the chicken coop and it's starting to smell a little bit, which hopefully the deep bedding actually is composting. We have that system right, so it shouldn't smell. But if it gets too hot or needs some ventilation in there, then we can, like in the spring, if we haven't got them out in pasture because it's too wet but it's still pretty warm, then we can roll those sides up. Both sides roll up, so we can roll them up and let the wind come through and get some ventilation in there so they don't get sick or anything from too hot or too humid in there. They have this like rope on the outside. I don't know how well you know about rope sides, but a nice rope to keep, like, when you roll it up and down, keep it against the building. Here's the other end. It's not finished yet. It's just kind of rolled up. All the plastic's rolled up in this 2x4, and it's got some zips holding it down here, which I'm going to show you these zips. These are what's holding the plastic down, holding it on. Here's the other side. And the roll up, that's all rolled down. So this is what the zips look like used. They look like that with like a little spring thing in them. But here's what it is. Let me set your legs up. So what it is, what the zips are, is this channeled piece of, I guess it's aluminum, and it looks kind of like that. And you'll take this and you'll put it on your structure of some sort. So let's say it's this 2x4 we're going to stick it on. So we'll just stick it on here like this, put it straight or to one edge, take screws and put screws right here, put them like every 16 to 18 inches. Let's say it's still on our board. Then we take this wire. It's like, I don't know, 4 foot long. Probably can't see it out here. And you pull your plastic over this. Pull your plastic over top of it, and you start at one end. Looks like this, and you just stick it in here. And work it back and forth. It does sometimes like pinch, and sometimes it's a little difficult to work back and forth. It's kind of difficult to do when it's not actually fastened down, but it works in like that over top your plastic. And sometimes I find it a pain to use, and sometimes it's hard, and I don't like it. Whoops. But for the most part, I've found that it works really nice, and you can put several layers of plastic. So like we have one running on the edge of this pole all the way up to the peak, and so we have this plastic, which actually is a little too loose. We probably should have got. See, this is what happened. So we put the top one on real tight, and then when I went to put this sidewall on, I took one out at a time, and I put this one in. But when I did that, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't pull this tight again, but that'll be fine. I think it's just this one section, but it takes a couple of layers in the zip. That is one of the extra things we kind of paid for, is those zips, and paid for the zips, the hoops, and some other hardware stuff. Here, let me show you. Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but this is how like I said, it was showing on the inside how the hoops are fastened down different on ours. So that's how it is. We've got hoops every 4 feet, and yeah, it's held up to all the wind. We've had a lot of wind, actually just recently. We've had a lot of wind and rain, and it's all held up, and it's pretty wet in there right now, but that's mainly because it's all the garden. We've been having it kind of run to one like kind of channel-ish sort of thing that we had, and we kind of shaped the grass in the yard so it would run off out into the field behind us. But we had that going right through where this greenhouse was. Well, when we did that, we didn't know we were going to put a greenhouse in. So, well, now we have a greenhouse, so we have to fix that. So this gutter's helped some, but we kind of need to put another, like where this gutter is, we're going to put like a little bit of a ridge here to get the water kind of go around the back, hopefully. So one thing that I'm not super thrilled about, that maybe I do, or that we still need to do, I think we can do it still, but we didn't think about when we first built it, is we have chickens in here, and chickens like to roost at night. So we did take this old roost, it's over here in the corner, took this roost out of their old chicken house, which is now going to be our chick brooder. For our meat chickens, we're going to use that as a chick brooder. It's about perfect size. We have a board here too, but what they're doing is they're jumping up here on this ledge. So we got two 2x4 headers, what our hoops are sitting on, and they're roosting here, which means that they make this corner right here not look great. They go to the bathroom all over these boards and our walls, and it's not great. So what we need to do is, we did this once with one spot where they first started, is we need to put like these it's like a 1x6 on an angle, and put them all around this edge, put in some more roosts so they don't want to jump up and roost up on our walls. And yeah, but that would be the one thing that we still need to change that we didn't really think through. That's basically it. It's a fairly simple design. We've enjoyed it a lot. I think we're going to be able to do a lot more chickens in the future. This could, obviously we only have like 25 birds, I think, and you could probably do, I don't know, I probably wouldn't want to do any more than 50 birds in here. I think that would be a little hard to manage, but I don't know. I think you're supposed to do like 3 to 4 square feet, 3 square feet per bird. So I don't know, do the math, but with the measurements, 20 by 32, you come up with how many. This is what, for chickens, we went ahead and put on the inside of our chicken, or inside of the greenhouse, we put this wire, which would have been hard to do with a regular style of a hoop house, greenhouse, with like the poles that they come that are like on every single one. That would have been difficult. There would not have been a very good way of attaching it. So we do like that. That's why one of the reasons we went with wood and making our own sides. The hoops, I don't know if you noticed, but they're not perfectly round like most hoop houses are. These are called Gothic. Let's see if I can get myself out. These are called Gothic Hoops, and I'll show you. See if I can get back far enough. They look like that. So they look kind of with like more of a peak, and we chose these because they weren't any more expensive, and we were told that they handle snow better. And so when the snow gets on the top of it, it melts and slides off easier. When you have a round one, it has more like 4 to 5 feet at the peak where snow will sit and not slide very easy. So this only has it does have a flat spot, but it's only 6 inches right at the top, but the rest of it is super on an angle. So when it does snow and get a bunch of weight on it, and it doesn't take much for it to melt and then just slide off the top of it and not affect the plastic, because we're obviously using it through the winter. There's no snow right now on the ground, but there will be snow later this winter that we definitely don't want caving in our roof and falling on chickens, and big mess. So yeah, that's what I worked on today. I worked on getting this end plastic on, and worked on this nice, wonderful greenhouse, hoop house, which if we ever were to get rabbits, we would do, during the winter, we would do a, what Joel Salton calls a racking house. So it's rabbits you'll have your rabbit cages in here, elevated, and then the chickens underneath. So when the rabbit manure falls, it falls onto the deep bedding, and the chickens will stir that in. That'll stir it right into the mulch and into the deep bedding, help it compost, and they work together. Now, if you were to do a racking house, you need to make sure that the chickens cannot get on top of the rabbit cages, because if the chickens get on top of the rabbit cages, they can go to the bathroom in the cages, and then they can get the rabbits very sick, and you'll start losing rabbits. It's not a good situation. So you have to make sure that your rabbit cages have chicken wire up a ways, however, because you don't want your rabbit cages way up where a chicken can't get to. You want them, regular rabbit cage height, I guess. Also, make sure that you do get plenty of ventilation in, because rabbits are there's higher chance of rabbits getting sick because they don't have ventilation or good, fresh, clean air. You have to pay a little more attention to that if you have rabbits in here. But then we can just stack 2 animals in the same building. So instead of having 2 buildings or 2 separate things, one for rabbits, one for chickens, we have one, and save room and save time because you're at one place when you're doing chores. So if we were to do rabbits, which we're thinking about doing in the future, this is going to be a great option. Also in the summer, we'll be able to grow we'll be able to grow vegetables and flowers and stuff that really enjoy that hot, humid air. We'll be able to grow them in here and they will love it. I hope you enjoyed / learned a little bit. Thanks for interrupting. Hope you enjoyed watching me show you this new building we have. I don't know if you can call it a building. New structure, new pen that you will probably see in later videos. And I will definitely make a video and show you when it's all completely finished. But thanks for watching, and like I said at the beginning of this video, we are doing a giveaway. So I don't know if you saw our last video, but it was about gifts and gift ideas, which if you haven't seen that, you should go check it out if you're looking for some affordable and good quality gifts, some things that we are interested in, things we use often. But in that video, we announced that we are doing a giveaway. So we are giving away the book written by Joel Salatin. It's called Folks, This Ain't Normal. It's a really good book. We've enjoyed it. It's a good look on farming and how you can farming all around. His style of farming, the regenerative farming, and then just how farming has changed over the years. And he even takes a little bit of a look at how commercial farmers and industrial farms and stuff like that work. How you enter for the giveaway is you need to be a subscriber. So if you have not already subscribed, go ahead and do so, and then leave a comment. You can say whatever you want. Just say cheese. Go ahead and like the video and share it as well. And if you do those 4 things, you will be entered into the drawing. We are drawing after January 1st. So the next video after that, I'm not sure exactly. I think isn't January 1st on Saturday? I don't know. The video after that, you will be announcing. So the first video in the new year will be announcing who won. So every video you do those 4 things in, you will get entered. So you can, if you did it to the last video, and then to this video, and then to the next videos, you'll get multiple entries into the drawing to get this. To get that book. I recommend doing it. It's a great book. Really enjoyed it. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Go ahead and do those comment, subscribe, share, and like to get into that drawing, and it helps us also be able to promote our videos and grow. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching me walk around this greenhouse and show you how we built it and some of our reasons behind what we did, and hope it helps you and inspires you. Have a great day. La da da da. Man, what a mess. Who would just leave all their stuff out? You know what they say, you're supposed to... What do they say? I don't know. And I'll have Nathan here. I don't have anybody here. It's just me. Am I allowed to do a complaining diary? I'm complaining about myself. You guys were like, make him do his own work. Make him do his own videos. That's what you said. You said it in the comments, I know. Because here I am. So labor intensive. Get them back. Put it in the comments. Tell them to come help me finish videos and projects so I don't have to do all the hard work. You know, it's actually not that hard. This is a really nice wagon and it pulls pretty easy, but you know, it's better story that way. I really honestly wish you guys had smell-o-vision so you could smell this wonderful smell. Oh my goodness, my dad has been smoking hams all day and they smell so good.